You're already doing everything right. Cut the sugar, hitting the gym, you even stopped eating after 8 p.m. But that stubborn belly fat, it's still there, hasn't moved an inch. So what if the problem isn't the food? What if it's not how hard you grind at the gym? What if the real saboteur is a hormone that spikes the moment you open your eyes in the morning? That's cortisol. Today, we're breaking down how the Japanese learned to take control of it.
Here's the detail most people just scroll past. Your body has a morning mechanism, the cortisol awakening response, CAR for short. In the first 30 minutes after waking up, cortisol can spike by roughly 50%. And no, cortisol itself isn't the villain. Its job is to wake you up, get your system running. The problem starts when that spike is too sharp or stays too long. The body reads it as danger and flips into survival mode. And survival mode means one thing: store fat, especially around the stomach. A study in the journal Obesity linked elevated morning cortisol to increased abdominal fat. Abdominal fat, that's the fat in your belly zone. Not your arms, not your thighs, your stomach. Like the body decided, gotta protect the organs, and wrapped them in fat like bubble wrap. And no amount of crunches fixes a hormonal problem.
Okay, so what do you actually do? This is where it gets interesting. Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates in the world. And no, it's not because they're hiding some secret diet pill somewhere. The secret is the morning routine. They calm the nervous system first, then they launch into the day. 5 simple steps. Let's go through them one by one. Step 1. Asa no Mizu, morning water. And this is where most people shoot themselves in the foot before breakfast even happens. They wake up half dead, drag themselves to the kitchen, and immediately pour coffee into themselves. But the body just spent 7 to 8 hours asleep. It's dehydrated. Cells are running on nearly empty. And when you hit that dehydrated system with caffeine, a stimulant, you're literally throwing fuel onto the cortisol fire. Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist at Stanford, has said it more than once. The morning is better started with rehydration, not caffeine. So the Japanese version is almost offensively simple. A glass of warm water. Warm, not ice cold. A small pinch of sea salt, a little lemon juice. That's it. Warm water gently wakes up digestion. Sea salt brings back the minerals, sodium and magnesium, that the body burns through overnight. Magnesium matters here because it helps regulate cortisol. Lemon gives you vitamin C, and studies show it can actually lower cortisol levels. Researchers at the University of Alabama found that 500 milligrams of vitamin C noticeably reduced cortisol spikes after stress. 1 glass, 2 minutes, and the body already gets the message. We're safe. No need to store fat.
Step 2. Asa no Sanpo, a morning walk in sunlight. Sounds so simple, the brain immediately goes, come on, that can't actually do anything. But the science here is stubborn. In the first 30 minutes after waking up, go outside. Give your eyes 5 to 10 minutes of natural light, not through a window, not from your phone burning into your soul at 7 a.m., actual daylight. Why does it matter? Because light is the primary signal for your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. When that clock gets knocked off, everything starts falling apart. Sleep, hunger, hormones, metabolism, cortisol regulation, all of it. Dr. Sachin Panda at the Salk Institute has spent decades on this. His research shows that people with disrupted circadian rhythms tend to have higher cortisol and more visceral fat around the stomach. Visceral fat, the fat deep inside the belly, wrapped around your organs. Morning light triggers serotonin production during the day, and at night, that serotonin converts into melatonin. Better melatonin means deeper sleep. Deeper sleep means lower cortisol in the morning. And it all starts with just walking outside. The Japanese have been doing this for centuries, long before scientists started looking at it under a microscope.
Step 3. Ma, the art of the pause. And yes, this one's going to hurt a little. It's about coffee. Don't pour caffeine into yourself in the first 90 minutes after waking. I know, but this isn't TikTok mysticism. This is biochemistry. When you wake up, your brain is still full of adenosine, the substance that makes you feel sleepy. The body normally clears it out in about 90 minutes. Caffeine doesn't destroy adenosine, it just blocks its receptors. So if you hit the coffee too early, the adenosine doesn't go anywhere. It sits in ambush. And then, somewhere around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, when the caffeine finally lets go, All that accumulated sleepiness drops on you at once, like a heavy wardrobe falling off the wall. Energy crashes, the body reads it as stress, cortisol spikes, you start craving sugar, your hand reaches for a snack on its own, and the wheel starts spinning again. The Japanese concept of ma is about the pause, the space between actions. In this case, giving the body 90 minutes to wake up naturally. And when you do have your coffee, the energy is there and the crash isn't. Dr. Huberman also recommends delaying caffeine 90 to 120 minutes every morning. And if a brain like that isn't reaching for coffee the second it wakes up, maybe we can try it too.
Step 4, Sanpo. Walk, don't run. And yeah, that probably sounds like betrayal to anyone who's been raised on fitness culture, because for years the message was drilled in. Want to burn fat? Train harder. And intense training makes sense in general, just not first thing in the morning when you've barely opened your eyes and cortisol is already at its peak. If you stock a brutal workout on top of that, you're just piling stress on top of stress. Research in the Journal of Endocrinological Investigation shows that intense morning exercise can keep cortisol elevated for hours afterward. The first 30 minutes feel great. Endorphins, you're flying. Meanwhile, your hormonal system is quietly going, "Thanks for that, we'll be suffering for the rest of the day." The Japanese alternative is simpler. Walking. 20 to 30 minutes. Easy, unhurried, outside. And here's where something interesting happens. Optic flow. When you walk outside, the world moves past you, left, right, all around. That visual flow actually helps calm the amygdala, the brain's fear center. The amygdala is like a fire alarm. When it's running too hot, cortisol stays high. Walking turns down the volume on that siren. Not running, not a stationary bike staring at a wall, an actual walk outside where space moves around you.
For the Japanese, Sanpo isn't exercise, it's medicine. Step 5. Seijaku.
Silence and stillness.
And this might be the most important step of all, which is exactly why almost everyone heroically fails it before they even get out of bed. The first 30 minutes after waking up, don't touch your phone. No email, nothing. The first 30 minutes of the day belong to you. Because the second you open a screen, the brain doesn't get a morning, it gets a boiling information shower. Notifications, messages, headlines, other people's lives. Every single signal delivers a tiny dopamine hit and a tiny stress punch. The nervous system goes from rest to reaction in seconds. Dr. Anna Lemke of Stanford, author of Dopamine Nation, explains that this early morning dopamine spike effectively raises your baseline for the entire rest of the day. If you jack up your stimulation threshold first thing in the morning, you'll need more and more input just to feel normal. More stress, more cortisol, more fat stored around your stomach. Seijaku is about silence, calm, and inner stillness. Drink your water, go outside, breathe, walk. Let the nervous system load gently, not crash land into chaos. Think of the brain like a computer. You wouldn't open 30 tabs while the system is still booting up, but that's exactly what your phone at 6 a.m. does.
Let's put it all together. 5 steps. Morning. Water, not coffee. Caffeine pushed back 90 minutes. In the first 30 minutes, sunlight. Instead of a brutal morning workout, an easy walk. And the phone. Away from you for the first 30 minutes. Not one of these costs money. No gym membership, no diet plan, no 40-page nutrition protocol. Just a different first hour. Because that stubborn belly fat, it's not a willpower problem. It's hormones and biochemistry. And hormones respond to habits.
If this changed how you think about your morning routine, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want more strategies like this, backed by actual science, not just vibes. And drop a comment. Which step are you trying first? Thank you for watching, and as always, may knowledge be with you.